So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to set up invoices and card payments using the Stripe account. So in your account setup, you'd click on the bottom left here and you've got a whole area here called Sales and Invoice Setup. And it's important when you go to your payment methods that you'll notice that your card payment is actually greyed out at the beginning, because that's showing that you haven't set up the Stripe setup. So by clicking on here, that will enable you to go to the Stripe setup option. And again, if you want to send an invoice, you'll need to go here to connect to the Stripe account to be able to accept these payments directly. So clicking on here is going to take you straight into a screen to create your new Stripe account. And you basically just need to work your way down from the top to the bottom to activate your account. So we're going to presume that you're based in the United Kingdom, but it is an option to be able to change that there if you're outside of the United Kingdom. And you need to start by putting in a website business address, and effectively they just want to see that you've got a web presence. So it's absolutely fine if you don't have a website to be able to put in a link to one of your social media sites, but you just need to make sure that you've actually typed it in correctly. So it'll always start with an HTTPS, and then you'll have a colon and 2 forward slashes. And then, for example, if you're putting in your Instagram account, it will be instagram.com and then / the name of your actual Instagram profile. So for example, ours is Pocket PA Mobile, but you could also do the same if you've got a Facebook account. So you do need to have an internet presence in order to be able to set up a Stripe account. So I suggest you put in a social media if you don't have a website. You then go on to here for your industry, and there's an option on your drop down boxes here. So for example, you might be under professional services, personal services, any of these sorts of things. And once you've chosen one of these drop downs, you can actually look down. There's obviously a lot of different options for you to be able to choose something. And if it doesn't fit at that point, you just go to have a look under another option here. So let's just put something. Here we'll just put some consulting services. You've got an option here to put a description in here, but the next part that you have to fill in is whether you're an individual sole trader, if you're a micro business, whether you're a non-profit organisation, maybe you're in a partnership, or you could have a private limited company. So I think the majority of people will be adding here an individual or a sole trader. If you are a limited company, you've got the option to put in your company number, which you can find from Companies House. Just Google Companies House and put your company name in, your limited company, and from there you'll get your company number, which you can enter into this field here. The VAT area is optional. Most of you won't be VAT registered, but you can put your VAT number in here for any reason you've got a VAT number. And then you need to enter in here your business address. So this could be the same as your home address, but let's just start here and we'll put in an address there, one in the High Street. And you've got an option here to put in a business phone number for a contact. You do need to put in your first and your second name, and these will need to be the names that you've got registered for your business and for your bank account. So for example, I'll just put in my name there, Caroline Sison, and then you need to put in a phone number here and a date of birth. So let's put in here. Again, a home address, that might be the same as your business address up above. So we'll put in a High Street number. And then you've got your credit card statement details. So the statement descriptor, this is basically the name of your business that your customers are going to recognise. So you want to put something that your customers will know that they've been paying out to you here. So it could be a legal entity name or a trading as name. So for example, if you're a hairdresser, you might be called British Hairways, and that is the name that would actually show on any statement against a payment that's gone to your account. You've got the option here for a support phone number to go in, and then the next important part is the bank details. This is to make sure that the money actually arrives directly in your account. It's automatically set for GB pounds, but you can change that currency if you're abroad. But it's very important that you note that you've got the right details here. So the first thing it's going to ask is your sort code, and that's usually a 6-digit number. So we'll put in here 6-digit number, and then you're going to be asked to put your account number in twice. So you need to make sure that you've got that to hand when you're creating your Stripe account. So we're going to put in here, and then you just repeat that underneath, and you've got that in twice, and if they don't match, it will tell you when you put it in a second time. It's necessary for you to have a two-step authentication, and you will be asked here, that's a necessary amount, and you'll be able to get that sent up using your mobile phone number, and they'll send you a 6-digit number, I think it is, or a 4-digit number, and then you'll need to enter that into this part of the process. You'll then put your email address that you're going to set up. So for example, here we've got a help at. And then this is the point where you actually set your password up. So it could just be, obviously it's better for you not to have an easily recognized password. And then the last step is just to authorize access to this account is pressing this blue button. If for any reason this is grayed out, it's usually because there's a field here that hasn't been filled in correctly. And if you go to press the authorize access and it sends you back, just enter anywhere that's missing the correct information. And it's as simple as that, just to set up your Stripe account. So once it's actually connected, you'll then be able to go back into Pocket PA and you'll see that you're connected. So once you've actually set up your Stripe dashboard, you'll then be sent back to this page on Pocket PA where it shows that you're successfully connected to Stripe. If in the future you want to disconnect from your Stripe account or you want to change it to a different Stripe account, you'd literally just press this button here, disconnect from Stripe, and then go through the process again and reconnect to the correct account that you've updated. So once you are successfully connected to Stripe, you'll be able to go back into your settings, and under the payment methods, you'll be able to see that your card payment has now switched on to on. So that means that you can now start taking card payments directly from your Pocket PA app. And an example of this will be you would go into an appointment in your calendar, and once you click on your appointment and go into the details screen, every time you go to add a payment, you'll see that you've got the option here to go into card payment, and it asks you if you want to go to the card checkout there and then and take that payment. It will also give you the option to be able to send an invoice, and by sending an invoice it's going to ask you to confirm, and it will presume that you've got an email address for that client because the invoice gets sent directly into their inbox for them to make that payment. And if they don't have an email address, then it will pop up here and ask you to enter an email at that point, so it will be able to get sent.